Hello, guys. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and happy Valentine's Day to all you couples out there. I'm doing a podcast of a 1992 or 93 action comedy with some romance in it. That is Lethal Weapon 3, the director's cut. It's just a few added scenes they put back in the movie. And I want to see this because, there's a little romance between Mel Gibson. Yes, that's him, early Mel Gibson, and Rene Russo, who I adore in this movie. So let's get started. I haven't seen this movie in a while, so it's my favorite sequel. I do like two. I just think that I don't like Pansy Kensit as the lead girl. This is the one that critics didn't like. Rest in peace, Richard Donner. Rest in peace, man. Yeah, Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Joe Pesci, still an actor. Yeah, okay. I don't know why he has white hair in this movie. Rene Russo. Mwah! I love it. One of the most gorgeous women ever. Stuart Wilson from Ninja Turtles 3. He's a villain here. It starts like a Bond movie. It's got a soft song. It's got fire in the background. Yeah, it starts like a Bond movie. This is definitely different than the other movies, but I think it's underrated. 4 is the worst because 4 is too long. There's too many characters in it that they added, and it just was uneventful. Even the ending was rushed. Richard Donner, man, we miss you, man. Mr. Weapon 3. And it gets right into the action. You don't have to wait an hour for it. This is about 2 hours with the director's cut added scenes. Love Danny Glover in these movies too, because he always commits, no matter how ridiculous it is. What year does this come out? In 1992. It's a buddy cop movie, yeah. I didn't see it. I was 7 years in 1992, so. It was the highest grossing movie of the franchise. $35 million for this. And yet movies nowadays cost like 8 times that, and they still look terrible. And they made over $300 million in 1992. That's a lot of money. Comedies nowadays don't even make half that. They don't even make 100 million domestically anymore. Their chemistry is uncanny. You cannot make this any better. They want to do a fifth movie, but I'm sorry, but Mel Gibson and Danny Glover are too old to do this. They were barely young enough to do the fourth movie, 6 years later after this one. So I would say just scrap it. I don't want another Lethal Weapon movie. 4 was the last one, and then you had the TV show, which I didn't see. So, plus it's Black History Month, so I have to do something with a black lead. It's only fair. The chemistry is great, and it shouldn't have worked. You have an Australian-born Jersey American actor with a black man, and their age difference is big because Mel Gibson's in his 60s and Danny Glover's in his 70s now. Yeah, they made fun of this scene in Last Action Hero, the saxophone. Hello, kitty. A real cat, not CGI, Argyle. Mel Gibson. I miss the old Mel Gibson. What happened to this man? Ever since he directed that The Passion, yeah, his life was he was never the same, Josh. Because after that, Caviezel was never taken seriously again, and then 2 years later, he said that thing that I'm not repeating here because I don't want to get canceled. You know, he's racist. I get it. He got bigotry in his heart. I get it. I'm not a big fan of certain people either, but I'm not going to preach about it. I haven't seen this movie in years, man. I couldn't see this in 1992. I was only 7. I was not allowed to watch R-rated movies unless I was with an adult. I miss the old Mel Gibson, the one that can act, direct, and keep his nose out of controversy. Second movie. And don't you dare remake this quadrilogy. You're not going to do it better. Even though 4 is flawed, it still has these two. It's kind of sexy. The saxophones has these two are amazing, man. I love these two so much. If they re-release this movie, I'll go see it. It's my favorite of the I like the first one a lot, but this is my favorite sequel, just like Die Hard with a Vengeance, because that movie was amazing. I saw that in the theater in 2013. That's a real explosion. Richard Donner knew how to direct a movie. DC should not have screwed him over for Superman 2. He should have finished the movie on his own without interference. Hopefully that won't happen with James Gunn because he's responsible for the DCU moving forward in 2025 to 2034. So let Gunn do his vision and don't cut the movie to crap like you did with the Snyder Cut and these other movies where they cut it. There's a product placement of Coca-Cola. And I haven't done a 90s movie in a while, so it's a real cat. It was not CGI. I don't think there is CGI in this movie. You don't need it. And the bomb squad is late. That's hilarious. They make it after the building's been completely annihilated. I do like the Bad Boys movies more than these, only because I've seen them more and there's only 3 of them. The 4th one is coming out this year, which I'm looking forward to. Hopefully there won't be a Will Smith slapping joke because you know how these comedies are now. They have to be they have to be self-referential. Yeah. These guys, their chemistry, yeah. I like them better than Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker because with that one, it Tucker gets on my nerves. Danny Glover doesn't get on my nerves. His deep voice, I love it. But with Chris Tucker's high pitched voice, it gets on my nerves. Him and Kevin Hart, they're too loud for me. And yes, Josh, he was good in Jumanji: The Next Level, even though he's barely in the movie. Danny Glover can still act. The problem is Kevin Hart wasn't doing Danny Glover. He was sounding like a black slave, and I don't want to sound racist or anything, but he sounds like a man from the 1800s, like what in the Sam Hill? And I'm like, yeah, that was not good. That was not a good performance. I know this actor. I've seen this guy before. Wait a minute. This guy had a mustache in a movie. Let me see. I've seen him before. His face looks so familiar. I've seen that guy. Where? Let me check it out. Hmm. Cast. No, don't shoot him. Yeah, again, this is the Mel Gibson you don't want to mess with. Andrew Hill Newman, Jaywalker. I've seen him before. He, he was in the Amanda Show. Oh, he was in iCarly. Yes, that was. I know I've seen him before. He was the Carly's science teacher. I was like, yeah, I know his face because here he's really young. This is 1992. I was a little boy. My sister was born that year. I knew I recognized his face because I recognize faces a lot. Oh, here we go. This is a good sequel. I don't know what the critics are smoking, saying this is a mediocre sequel. Oh, it's different than the first two. Don't you want sequels to be different, like Die Hard with a Vengeance? This and Die Hard with a Vengeance, I don't understand the hate for it. It's entertaining and it's not 3 hours long. It's like Bad Boys 3. They liked the film, but they didn't love it. I mean, it's better than the second one. The second one was way too long. I got it, baby. Hmm. A sassy black woman. Love it. Hmm. Yeah, it's a stereotype, but you get it. No, this is exciting. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so all of this is new to me because I haven't seen it in at least over 10 years around that time. Because I rented the first two movie. I rented the first movie, and then hmm, and these stunts are real. Again, this is the perfect movie to see on Valentine's Day. I needed to lift my spirits. I lost a job opportunity today, but hey, these things happen, right? Again, that was great. That wasn't Mel Gibson. That was a stunt double, but again, they really did this. This is not a computer effect. This is not green screen. This is not a CG figure. This is real people. Like the first Fast and the Furious. At least, at least these movies didn't become cartoons like Fast and the Furious. What are you, one of the Supremes? Happy Valentine's Day, Spidey. Do you have your Mary Jane? Did you find your Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy? This is fun. I wanted to do this one for a while. I just wanted to find the right circumstances. She's singing she's one of the Supremes or Gladys Knight or something like that. Oh, I would I? Yes, I would. A plus size black woman, like baby. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm not that picky. You guys know my taste. This is a fun scene. I forgot. I think this scene is longer in the director's cut. I had my Mary Jane Watson. Cool. This is fun. If this scene was done today, I can't guarantee you this would be Tiffany Haddish being loud, or Monique or something like that, or who else? Or that black girl that was in Peacemaker, who I don't think. Hmm. To you too. I wonder if she's still alive, that lady. See, I miss comedies that were actually funny. You know, Netflix and Disney and the other people that don't know how to. You can't tell a joke anymore. You got to just explain it. Let me see. Yeah, she's awesome. Mm, mm. Yeah. Again, Mel Gibson, you should be the one to talk about women. That was funny. It's like I got something for you, sugar. Hey, if a black woman kisses me, I'm not gonna regret. I'm not. I got nothing to. I got nothing to be ashamed of because again, I'm single. You can kiss me all over if you want to, as long as you got consent. She's a beauty. Yeah, I bet she is Spidey. I would love to see her picture. Hey John, this movie is Oscar worthy compared to Expendables 4. Yes, exactly. This doesn't have horrendous CGI. It doesn't have non-action stars. You could have put them. Well, Mel Gibson was in 3, but you could have put Danny Glover as like a character in Expendables 4 instead of Fiddy. Fiddy is not an action star. Megan Fox is not an action star. Renee Russo's more of an action star than her because she did the DDC 3 and 4, and she did Thor. There's Joey, yeah, yeah, Joey freaking Pesci, man. Okay. I love that. That's just great. Yep, Minute Maid orange juice. This movie actually looks like a film, not a CGI, not a PS5 game. That would be fine if it was a video game, not a movie. I don't know why he has bleach blonde hair in this. It's never mentioned again either. He only has bleach blonde hair in this movie, yet in the next movie he has dark hair again because it was 6 years later. And yeah, he's great, man. Okay. Yeah, and I love Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Gone Fishing. Just he's a legend, man. He's a cinema legend. And he came back. He could have retired and stayed retirement. Because him and Daniel Stern, that's another thing that the duo you can never replicate. That's why Home Alone 6 didn't have that. Yeah. Don't do yeah. Yeah, Gibson, stay off the sauce, man, because it ruins your life. Trust me. Is he eating? Is that a dog treat? He's so much fun. See, these characters are fun. This is what I'm missing in movies nowadays. Fun, normal characters that are not superheroes. Fast X, the one with personality was Jason Momoa, the villain. He was fun, and Daniela was beautiful, etc. But there's too many characters, and half of them are just stoic. They're not. They're taking this so seriously, like they're doing Shakespeare. It's a car movie. Danny Glover, you're a great man. I love him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm the law. No, that Judge Dredd is the law. It's amazing, and also Danny Glover and Joe Pesci also have really good chemistry, not just in these films, but in Gone Fishing. Say what you will about the film, their chemistry saves that movie for me. So good, man. He is great, man. Just he's a treasure. I'll do the first two movies, but I have to see if they work or not. If not, I'll stream them because I got rid of the boxes because I was running out of space. But this one I kept it because I got this on Amazon years ago, and I want to probably get it signed at a Comic Con, either by Rene Russo or Mel Gibson or Danny Glover, anybody, even if it's the writers, because I know Richard Donner passed away. So yeah, rest in peace, man. Yeah, we're about 20 minutes in. Hmm. This fun. I needed to do something fun after the rough winter that I've had. Hmm. It was the 90s, guys. Hip hop was big in the thing, and there were gangs because I know I was there. I live in Brooklyn. So of course, in the 90s, there were gangs everywhere. I had to stay away from the streets from like 1990 to 1999. Ooh, that line did not age well. Don't worry, they don't say the N word in this movie. In other movies, it did. Mhm. Yeah, word life. I remember seeing John Cena and Rene Russo's entrance is awesome, man. And they don't over sexualize her, Josh. She makes my list of the hottest outfits. Why? Because she wears these tight jeans that I'm like just mwah. Stuart Wilson sounds like Malcolm McDowell for some reason, right? Eating peanuts. Classic Mr. Peanut. Classic peanuts. Mhm. He does sound like Malcolm McDowell. Yep, they bury him in cement. You know what they say? Don't cross the villain. He's still a better villain here than in Ninja Turtles 3. He's so over the top. He literally is a cartoon and he dies like a cartoon. It's one of the it's one of the dumbest deaths in cinema history where he gets sucked into a rabbit hole. Yeah. That meter, they don't have those meters anymore. They're electrical now. Now you have to like press a screen because everything is contactless, guys. Get him, Mel, get him. Or I mean Riggs. This really is a fun movie. I still have action franchises I like more, like Mission Impossible, the John Wick movies, but that's right, Mel, get him. And again, if Mel Gibson did this, what? Yep, Mel Gibson is a lunatic in recently. If he did this today, he would get canceled. Hey, look, it's David O. Russell. Hmm. Right in the face. Again, this reflects on what Mel Gibson would do later in his career. And it's sad because he's a good actor and a good director. Why would you be racist? You worked with a black man for 4 movies and with women. Rene Russo is way more desirable than the hobo. Oh, 100 times over. Blockbuster Video. Yes, the memories will live forever, man. You ever went to a Blockbuster, Spidey, or a heterosexual guy? I went there. I used to live there in the 90s. I used to rent VHS tapes, DVDs in the 2000s, video games. If there was a Blockbuster, I would go to it. I had a membership for many years until 2012. They're great, man. Because Rene Russo is actually sexy in this movie without being, completely covered. And her face is just majestic, man. I would love to meet her at Comic Con. I'd say you're one of the hottest women I've ever seen. Yes, even in her 60s. What's she gonna do? She's gonna be like, because like I said, I am not afraid to show my heterosexuality, especially on a day like this. Love the soundtrack in this movie. Who did the soundtrack? Was it Alan Silvestri? Um, Story. Yeah, Michael Kamen, Eric Clapton, and David Sanborn. So 3 people did the music in this movie. Hmm. There's scenes that are longer. I think the scene with the truck was longer in this version. Whoa, damn. Kylo Ren. And by the way, the Mad Max movies weren't the same without him, Mel Gibson, because I didn't see Fury Road because he's not in it. He doesn't even have a cameo. They cast Tom Hardy as Mad Max. No, you ain't no Mad Max. That movie was mostly about Furiosa and the women. And the new one I'm gonna go see because it's a prequel, so it's before Mad Max showed up. It's her story. It's called Furiosa. At least they're not labeling it wrong. And I'm willing to give Anna Taylor Joy a chance. She was a cute Princess Peach, so she's probably going to be a great Furiosa. Hey, look who's there, Miguel de Nunez Jr. Good actor. I like him. Here it is. I got pictures of Gwen Stacy. That'd be nice. He's wearing a girdle. A girdle. That's Miguel A. Nunez Jr. He doesn't have a big role in this. It's a cameo because he was doing Street Fighter. Unfortunately, a way worse action movie of the '90s. He was DJ in Street Fighter. This is a good sequel. I don't want to hear it's mediocre or it's not as good as the first two. It had to be different. Armor piercing, like in Judge Dredd or Dredd. He has an armor piercing gun. There's some familiar faces in this movie that are not, made. Hmm. Man, that saxophone is so sexy. I swear, Josh, if you put saxophone music with Karen Gillian, and she starts dancing, it's gonna make me melt. My body's gonna turn all. It's gonna turn into very moist. Happy Valentine's Day, Spidey. Yeah, to all of you guys out there, share your love with your family, pets, friends, and other loved ones. There's all kinds of love. Spread it. There she is, 30 minutes into the movie. Mwah! All I gotta say is, damn. uh, I think she auditioned for Catwoman. Saxophones are cool, so Karen Dancer, the one could be sexy. Yes, Josh, I know, but or Renee Russo. That woman is in her 60s and she's still attractive. It was weird in Endgame that they put a scene with her and Thor, to wrap their arc up. And I saw her face and I was like, I know. She's old enough to be my grandmother, but I don't care. I don't care. She's always been attractive to me. Always. No matter what movie she's done or show, she's just absolutely stunning. Her and what you call it, Susan Sarandon. They are just ageless beauties. Hmm. I hope Renee does go to Comic Con. Trust me, I would love to meet her and be smitten. This is not the outfit that's sexy. It's the one she wears the jeans. That's the outfit that gets me. Mm, mm. Lorna Cole. That damn, that's a nice name. And her hair just oh, ugh. It's funny because her and Karen were in the MCU at the same time. You had her in the Thor movies 1 and 2, and then Karen did Guardians, and they were both in Endgame. So even though they don't see each other, and Thor, you have a hot mother. I know, guys are gonna be like, "Wow, you're weird." Again, I've been into older women since I was a kid. It's just a thing I've had because there's nothing more nurturing than a woman. Nothing. Let me hold on. Just put it over here like this. That's better. Yeah, saxophone is a sexy thing. That's why Bill Clinton plays it, and also Kenny G. And they added a woman here that's in more than one movie. Like when they added Ilsa in Rogue Nation, and it was a great addition. And they tried to take that away from me. So attractive. Remember when I did my she he worked with she worked with Mel Gibson again in Ransom, and it's really intense. Like that movie is way more intense watching it a second time because it reflects of the world we live in now with what's happening in the Middle East, etc. I'm not going to say anything though. I'm not getting canceled. Yes, yeah. Oh, yes, he does. I got to see Thomas Crown Affair because probably for her birthday. Because man, she is a firecracker. Yeah, here she has a skirt. It's when she wears the jeans later in the second act that I'm like, again. See, they act like human beings, not superheroes. And she was the mother of Thor, one of the biggest superheroes in the MCU. Mm. Mm. Yeah, he does get a haircut. Foreshadowing of the fourth movie. Now, Bad Boys 4 and also Axel Foley, on Netflix. I'm looking forward to them. Just be funny, just be entertaining, be human. You don't have to jump on a building, and you don't have to fall off a building in slow mo and then just barely escape. Hmm. This is entertaining. I should have done this last year because when they try to put Karen in a buddy cop movie, look what happened. She died in the first 2 minutes of Stuber. That was insulting. You have her in a movie and you use her for one scene. It was a plot. She was a device for Batista. And here, Renee Russo has a role in this movie. She was a model, I can tell. Absolutely stunning. She's going to be. She's going to be 70. Wow, she's going to be 70 in 3 days. She's almost 70. I thought she was like she's in her 60s now, but wow. That means she got married the year this movie came out to Dan Gilroy. I think Dan Gilroy's a writer or a producer. Let's see. Yeah, he's a screenwriter and a film director. Gilroy. He sounds familiar, and he's actually younger than her. Again, he likes older women. He he was nominated for an Oscar. His brother is Tony Gilroy. He wrote episodes of Andor recently. That was his most recent job. He's doing a thing called Stanley's Annihilator, which is probably a documentary. Faster, Cheaper, Better. He wrote Kong Skull Island, which was awesome, by the way, my favorite. Free Jack, I haven't seen that. I got to see that this month. Velvet Buzzsaw was the last movie he did. Karen was busy, so I kind of get it. Yeah, but you kill her in the first 5 minutes of the movie? Not even halfway through. It's like the beginning. I'm like, you're infested. By the next time, use her even as a QC spy or something like that. Exactly. Don't give her a cameo. I mean, even in the bubble, they used her in the movie, even though the movie's not great. Another guy. Another guy. Yeah. I love his Jersey accent. It's amazing. He was like the Enzo Amore of the '90s, Joe Pesci. It's just I can't believe she's going to be 70 and she's still a hottie. Yeah, I said it. I said it. On the 17th, Josh, expect a lot of pictures of her because I am going to post pictures of her, like 100 pictures of her, because I love it. Don't let the earring fool you. No. You said that watching a hockey game. I'm expecting pictures of Renee a lot. Like the sexiest pictures you've ever seen, and to hell with what Facebook thinks. I'm like, she's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. That's a crowded game. I think this scene was added. I don't know which ones are added. He's great. That is an Oscar-winning actor right there. Yeah, because he won an Oscar for My Cousin Vinny, I think, right? Yeah, Pesci. Oh no, was it Goodfellas? One of those. He won an Oscar. I know that. Because My Cousin Vinny, Marissa Tomei won one. That's why I was upset that what they did with Renee Russo in the sequel in 4, because she has nothing to do. She's pregnant and just gives birth to a baby, and that's it. That's it. That's kind of a downgrade. Here, she's amazing. And they don't have jokes that go on too long. Mel Gibson got him on the spot. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, let me tell you, this man may be off his rocker, like Shia LaBeouf, but the guy can act. When he has his A game on, he has his A game on. Because Bloodfather was good. Erin Moriarty was hot in that movie, Josh. She I didn't like the ending, but I like that she survives, and she's just beautiful. Erin Moriarty. I saw her in clips from The Boys, and I'm like, yeah, they should have called the show The Boys and the Girls, because the women in that show are just unbelievably gorgeous and deserve respect. Again, he's I've seen a lot of Starlights at Comic Con. I saw Starlight at Comic Con in 2022 and 2023. So I love that. It's great. I know. See, remember when movies were shot well, where they didn't edit it, where I can't see what the hell is going on, and to have good sound design, unlike Christopher Nolan, where half of his movies the sound is so loud you can't hear anything. I'm dying, Roger. No, he's not. He's not dying. Yeah, he's great, man. He cracks me up. He should know about slipping on ice. He slipped on ice in the first Home Alone movie. Of course, he's gonna make it. He's in four. Look at poor Leo. Just he's such a great actor, man. Yeah, I could take it too. I've never gotten shot, but I've had needles in my arms for over a decade. So, and I've never used drugs. It's to save people. When is Erin's birthday? Because I got to look out for her. She's so gorgeous, man. She's actually Erin is like 30 or 40 years younger than Renee Russo. She's going to be 30 this year, and she's got yeah, so 40 years younger. Wow. Hmm. Is it? I love the music in this movie. You can see someone Adam play at Comic Con. Oh yeah, if I see her, I'm gonna say, please let me take a. Can I take a picture with you? I love your character. I took a picture with Supergirl many times. Mhm. Mhm. 8 ball burger, $2. Oh, I wish. If if Shake Shack had this kind of prices, I would go there every day. $2, not $10. Ew, that's an apple. Mel Gibson's not gonna bite into a onion. That's an apple. You could tell the way he put in it. That was not a raw onion. This really is an entertaining movie. You saw cocaine. Never use that, guys. Trust me. It will go through your blood like a firecracker. Yep, you saw it got semi-automatics. Gotcha. This is fun, man. And you, even the way this film is shot, like Richard Donner was one of the greatest directors ever. He never won an Oscar for best director or best picture, but the man knew how to direct. He did. He knew how to use an ensemble, a budget, and everything. Not everything he did was gold, but when he struck gold, man. The Goonies, Superman, these movies. It's an emotional scene because I want to see an Adam Eve, even if it's at Brooklyn Comic Con, because I haven't seen her yet. I've seen, I saw Omni Man. It's a fun movie. It has some darkness to it because again, it is an R rating. It's not a PG-13. That's what worked about these films over some of the Fast and the Furious movies. They have a PG-13 and they completely waste it to make it a CGI cartoon. That's the problem. They went from we're driving We do a heist and now we're flying like superheroes in cars and the cars are indestructible. That's stupid. I know hybrid cars don't blow up like gas cars, but it should have been they could take it a little bit more seriously and stop being a cartoon. Because when Fast 11 comes out next year, I'm gonna see how dumb it is in the theater. I know Brie Larson's not coming back, but that's fine. Bless you. If I meet any woman at Comic Con, that is a victory for me. Unless it's a woman I don't like. His orifice or his office. Mm, look at that beautiful hair of hers. It's like a lion's mane. She is a cat. Rawr. This outfit is the hot outfit that she had. Those jeans and that pink shirt, that pink suit. Yeah, she's older than him by like 2 years. Bree is supposed to be back, but I think she's going to be around even as Captain Marvel. I'm saying she's not going to be back in Fast 11 because she almost died in it. And it really, why was she there? Because she's a well-known name. Hmm. Yeah, do that, people, so you don't get COVID. Hmm. See, a woman doesn't have to be a stripper to get my attention, guys. It's the simple things that count, especially in the 90s. I will take her any day over Sandra Bullock. It's just Sandra Bullock. I'm not a big fan. I can watch her films. I'm just not in love with her like I was when I saw Speed. We're almost an hour in, and I'm not even bored. Mm, mm. Again, I say, Thor, your mom is hot to trot. Yeah, Frigga, I think her name was. Yeah. Mm. She's like Sigourney Weaver. She just ages, and she still is attractive to me. Mm. If she was ever Catwoman, that would have been amazing. Mm. Yes, ma'am. Mm. She got those mom jeans that I'm like, yeah, I love surprises too. Her voice is just so sexy. I could hear her for days, Josh. Love her character in this movie. One of the hottest. action females of the 90s. Uh-oh, dogs. Guard dogs. Real dogs too. So- yep. Uh uh a Rottweiler. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, that's terrifying. Hmm. See, a real dog, not the CGI dogs from Avatar or Predators. It is Mel Gibson. Look at the dog. He's thinking like a dog. Mom jeans are sexy for Nate. Yeah, makes my outfit. This one makes my outfit. Yeah, I could see Caitlyn wearing jeans like that. If she does, Josh, I'm gonna have her. I will have her because she's the perfect age for me. Puppy, puppy, puppy. See, dogs are fun when they're being gentle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Guy sort of thing. I got her voice, man. Yeah, is not a mom, but she could wear those jeans any day for me, Josh, because she is so attractive, and she's gonna be a huge Oscar nominee in the next couple years. Because Olivia Wilde has never gotten an Oscar nomination, but she'll get there once she fires that writer of hers that's a sexist pig. Kater Silverman, no, she doesn't like men. Every script she writes, she makes strong females but weak men. Why? Because she has some kind of vendetta against them. I get that Olivia's a feminist, but she doesn't hate men. I put my arm around her. She was not uncomfortable. She smiled, and I said meeting her was a dream come true. Yeah, she helps him out. This is the scene that she becomes bad ace. Mm. Miss. That's right. She's fighting in mom jeans. Mm. A woman that can fend for herself that's not a superhero. Somebody pinched me. Mm. Spear. Hmm. See, and that's a real car. It's not CGI. I keep saying that because filmmakers think that you got to just sprinkle the world with computers and it's going to do all the work. No, you got to put the effort. Good afternoon, K dog, G dog, K dog. Be respectful. That was awesome. Yep, that was a good jump. Yeah, they're not gonna kill a dog in a action comedy. What was Richard Donner's last film? In the 2000s, right? Yeah, he died in 2021. Yeah, he did 16 Blocks was his last feature film. The last thing he directed was some deleted scenes from The Goonies that they put in the Blu-ray when that came out. Yeah, I thought 16 Blocks was decent. I just didn't like Mos Def's accent because he sounded like he had a lisp and he sounded like Mike Tyson. It's weird. Yeah, we're an hour in. We're halfway through the movie, so and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Mm, mm. It's not the afternoon yet, K Dog. Sorry, it's 11 o'clock. It's 11:51 where I live. It's fun, man. I like doing fun movies. I miss movies that are, entertaining, but for the right reason. The Three Stooges. I remember that game. I never played it. Yeah, I remember how heavy computer screens were back in the 90s. Now computers are really thin and you could put them in your pocket. Yeah, please. Mm. You saw they show their scars, and this scene is pretty hot. It's like the scene in Ghost, except not as depressing. Yeah. Oh, good makeup effects. Yeah. Wow, look at that beautiful body of hers. Look at the neck right here. Yours is bigger than mine. That's what she said. Of course, Mel Gibson's gonna take his shirt off. This is prime Mel Gibson. Just so mm, the torso. Uh, mm, tight jeans. Ah, if he's wearing a speedo. Mm, that's right. Loosen your hair. She is so classy and so female. Oh yeah. This is what this day is all about, guys. The love. Mm, mm, that's hot, man. I'm surprised Alexandra Camp hasn't worn sexy jeans. Well, we haven't seen her in a while. The romance here with Renee and Will is beautiful, and procreation, yeah, it works. Mm, yes, baby. The beautiful hair of hers. Yes, that's the thumbnail I used because it's the day of love. Romantic sexual love. Remember what Manta said? No one in the MCU said a hotter line than that because she's very specific what kind of love. Yeah, the dog is like, oh please, I don't even have a mate. That dog's so cute. Even though I wouldn't own a Rottweiler because they can get very vicious. There's the Three Stooges. You saw he has a collie now. The Three Stooges are the funniest, man. You saw there's a collie, yeah, like, and he's seen Jewish people be funny. Hintity hint hint. Puppy wuppies. Yeah, Collie's a very cute dog. Like Lassie. Yeah, the kissing scene, it doesn't go on for 10 minutes. We get it. They're in love. They're attracted to each other. It's not like 50 Shades where the man has to be dominant and she has no say so. She can't even say no, stop. It's not even consensual. They have to like write a contract just to be with each other. Really? I saw the Deadpool 3 trailer or Deadpool and Wolverine. I can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, you notice that Murtaugh disappears for a while. He because Danny Glover was doing Angels in the Outfield, so he had to take a little break. And uh, Joe Pesci was doing Home Alone too, so he had to take a little break too. That's why they disappear until the last act. You push this back a little bit. I gotta rest my legs. It's a fun movie. I'm glad I got to do this one. It's a movie for a day like this because four is just way too long. It's over 2 hours and it doesn't need to be that long. It could have been an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah. It didn't need to be that long. Like, there he is, about an hour and nine back. Yeah, he's drinking. Procreation isn't wrong. It's the way of life. It's what we have to do. Yes, Mel Gibson does know about being on the sauce. That's why I don't drink because it's called demon in a bottle for a reason. Because once it's in your body, it takes you over, man. And no, Mel, we don't need a sequel to The Passion. It's one of the depressing movies I've ever seen, and it's not rewatchable. I'm sorry, I cannot watch that scene where he's getting. I can't do it. I just can't. My fortitude can only take so long. It was hard to watch the first time. I get the technical aspects of the movie is well done, made technically, and the acting's fine, but the subject matter and the violence is just overbearing. This movie's R. This movie is R rated, but it doesn't overdo it with the violence. It doesn't get gratuitous. These two are, man, so good. It's 12 o'clock now. It's the afternoon. I know. See, this scene alone is proof that these two can act. This is why Mel Gibson won an Oscar, guys. Did you see Braveheart? I haven't. I got to see it. See, there's emotion behind these characters. When Vin Diesel kills somebody or whatever, they don't even feel it. Like him and John C, they kill people and they don't even feel remorse about it. It's just like in one ear out the other. Here, they're showing human emotion. I felt this scene. I'm not crying. I'm just because it's a comedy, guys. It's not a. This is not a drama. There's some dramatic moments, but always, if they do five, they might do it well. But you never know. You never know. Bad Boys 3 was a surprise. That's what bros do, Josh. They look after each other, in a caring way. it wasn't. It wasn't who you think it is, Roger. It was with Rene Russo because again, these two, man, their chemistry is just unparalleled, man. Hmm. Lorna. Sergeant Cofra is from Traffic. You you were with the woman you shouldn't have been. It was she's single and you're heterosexual. What do you expect? A case of scotch. These guys are great, man. You two never changed, Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. You two are the best, man. You saw there's a picture of Michael Jordan because he was the biggest ball player in the world in 1992. They have so much chemistry. Like you could see it oozing out of their face. Like, I didn't sleep with your wife. I slept with Sergeant Holmes and like the one from Traffic. And I know it's Lorna, the woman, the one that I'm attracted to, the hottest in this movie, from my perspective, anyway. Because I heard, Murtaugh's wife is good looking too, but See, they play loving family members. And while Stuart Wilson is not in the movie that much because he kind of disappears for like a third of the movie because they focus on the heroes and their struggle. I guess the reason why Lethal Weapon 4 is about 2 hours and 7 minutes because Hollywood thought stretching out the runtime will make a sequel epic. It wasn't epic. It was just too long. You had Jet Li, Chris Rock, and a bunch of Asian side characters that don't add to the movie. It just makes the movie feel like another movie. It felt like two different movies. It felt like a buddy cop movie and a martial arts film. And I know that was Jet Li being introduced into the masses in the US, but it was too long. For a comedy, it should have been an hour and 45, maybe, not 2 hours and 7 minutes. This one is only 2 hours with credits. Without it, it's like 155, I think. We're almost there. See, the scene is taken seriously. It's not a cartoon. Yep, she slapped him. Stuart Wilson. And this is a sad scene, but like I said, you have to have some emotion. I mean, look at Bad Boys 3. That started in a way that we didn't see coming. Like, Will Smith gets shot. I was like, oh God, no, please don't do this to me. You do that, the movie would have flopped. If Will Smith missed the rest of the movie, it would have hurt the movie completely. Yes, I've heard the word genocide. Yeah, he's not playing games. You saw they hear him. See? See, she's gonna run over his head like a piece of fruit. She went in reverse. See, they make a joke out of it, but it works. Yeah. Women drivers again. This movie's fun, man. I love Renee Russo in this movie too. She carries herself well. And the acting is phenomenal in this movie. I'm gonna rate this movie on IMDb later, Josh. I'm gonna give it like 4 stars, mainly because Renee Russo and the action and the chemistry with the cast is great. I think some of the characters get underused, like I said, Leo a little bit after in the second half, and the villain a little bit, but she is just yummy. Yeah, yummy, yummy, yummy. You shouldn't. No, it's not. That's right. She is so. Hmm. That's right, lady. Yeah. Hit her back. Hmm. You see, I can't see Emily Blunt doing something like this because she's a stick. What is she gonna do in a fight? She'll get beat up in 5 seconds. That's right. You and your sexy jeans, you. Ugh. Dan Gilroy, you're a lucky man. Hold, hold on to her. She's a treasure, man. Mm. And she does this without superpowers, guys. Think about that. Same thing like Black Widow. When she breaks out of that chair in the Avengers, she does that and she's not a super she doesn't have superpowers. Yep. Yeah, I know. Get it? She deserves that applause, Mel Gibson. She is so awesome, man. They should have put her in more like this because at least when Rebecca Ferguson did Fallout, she had something to do in the movie. She wasn't just pregnant. She was pregnant, but she still had some scenes. She wasn't like underused in it. It was the last one that they underused her in. If I'm excited in the theater, I'm gonna let it flow, man. I like him better than the villain in part two, which was the guy that played King Arthur in A Kid in King Arthur's Court. I thought he was just an okay villain, but not very memorable. I love that. Again, these two, I could watch these two for hours and just so good. That was awesome. These two are great, man. We're an hour and 23 minutes. he, he gecko kicked that. He karate kicked that to the water cooler. I think Mel Gibson broke down and it broke character because that was funny, man. I miss movies like this. Richard Donner, thank you, man. Thank you. You'll never be forgotten, man. This is one of my favorite movies of his. It's not called Superman. He kicked it like that. I never see Kevin Hart do something like that. The writing is so sharp in this movie. Oh, there's the black lady. The black lady that kissed him. Dolores. Let me see who she is. Darlene Love. Oh, that's the. Well, no. That's she's. No, that's not her. Dolores Hall. That really isn't. Hmm. She was in the in Hair. Yeah, she is. She was in Scrooge. She's done only a couple of films. There's a sexy saxophone again. I'll just remove this comment because it's not an afternoon. Remove that one. Don't worry, Josh. It wasn't you. This is a fun movie. I would say I will recommend streaming this or watching the director's cut. It's not really much of a director's cut. It's just they added some scenes and made them longer. That kicking the thing scene is funny, man. That cracks me up because he kicked it the wrong way, and I think Mel Gibson broke. I think he broke character because he was laughing so hard. It was like, it's like Bruce Willis when he laughs. Mm, Lorna. Every time she's on screen, I just listen to that voice, and I foam a little. That's Leo gets. Okay, okay. Lobotomy. Not. These guys are great. I know. I know. I I know the feeling, Leo. I know the feeling. Last year was one of those, exams for me because the government took half of my money that I worked so hard for. So I know what it's like to be screwed over, if you will. Mm, mm. Josh, have I mentioned that Rene Russo's hair is beautiful in this movie? It's so straight and long, and it looks like a lion's mane, and I love that. Yeah, they introduced him in the second movie, not the first one, in 1989. Hold on, I'll be back. Let me just check. Well, my package is coming. It's coming out for delivery today, but goodness sakes, goodness sakes. What's the hot reward today? Valentine's Day for Lovers Mystery Blu-ray, 400 points. Please note your PG-13 is randomly selected. Well, I can't redeem it. I don't have enough points. I'll have to get some points next week. A mystery. I didn't want it to be Jungle Cruise because I would destroy that with a hammer. He's young. Yeah? Delivered to the mailbox. Okay, so my package is downstairs. I'll go get it after I'm done here. It arrived at 12. Good. At least it finally came. I was supposed to get my package days ago, but it snowed yesterday, so my package got delayed like 2 days. And because it was a holiday. Oh, Renee, you are just wonderful, and they give her enough screen time here. She's not underused. In the fourth one, she is, but at least I always got this one right. And don't bad movie roast this movie. It's good. This is a good movie, Double Toasted. Do not touch this. If you do a retro review, that's fine. Just don't, because Renee is worth it, man. She's so worth it. She went from this to Thor, and she took a little break from acting in the 2000s. After Yours, Mine, and Ours, she took 6 years off and then came back in Thor, and I was grateful to see her again. And Endgame, her scene is one of the most emotional scenes in the middle of the film. And even with Richard Donner's movies, all of his films, even his later stuff, it looks like a film. It doesn't look like a CGI cartoon. That's the problem now. Like with directors like Nolan, or whose films look great. Don't get me wrong, and even F. Gary Gray and Justin Lin and Michael Bay. A lot of these movies are just too digital. They're too digital. The John Wick movies, I commend them for at least only using CG when they need to. They don't have to like overdo it. Like you don't have CGI stunts and cars and things. Like it's just ridiculous. And backgrounds. I mean, when Expendables 4, they can't even do a talking scene without having CGI in the background, like a bad asylum movie. That's weak. That's weak, weak, weak. That rookie cop. That rookie cop looks like a young Val Kilmer. It's not him though, because he was doing something in the 90s, in 92. That's right. Bang, bang, bang. Even bullets are CGI now, and it's not the same. You can make a buddy cop movie with a lower budget. You don't need $200 million. Look at Argyle. Look at this movie and look at Argyle, and you wonder why Argyle flopped. It's a CGI cartoon, guys. Not even Cavill. I'm saying that cat and the stunts and everything. It's fake. It doesn't feel real. In a Marvel movie, I can let it go. It's a big budget super summer blockbuster or fall blockbuster with superheroes. I can get it. But if they're supposed to be normal people, why are they flying in the air like superheroes? It's dumb. Fast X was the last straw for me. I'm like, these movies are just cartoon now. Riggs! It's so good, man. Well, Mel Gibson, he doesn't run as good as Tom Cruise, but he does his best. This is a fun commentary. One of my favorites of this year so far. This one, and Black Adam were my two favorite movies I've done podcasts for. Well, I think Die Hard with Avengers is a better movie because the chemistry with Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson was so good. They had to do that again and again in later films, like uh, what was it, Unbreakable and Glass and all that. Yeah, it was just too good. With Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, after four, they never worked with each other again. Bad. I mean, they could do a fourth, fifth movie, but it's too late. That's a real train too. It's a set, but they use real trains. There's none of the CGI bullet train garbage that we had in Argyle or even in Bullet Train, which I'm not knocking the movie for the cast, Josh. I'm knocking it for the effects because movies just cost too much now. Why are they costing 200 and 300 million dollars when this only cost 35 million for the production? For the marketing was probably like 5 or 10 million, but it made 300 million dollars. Movies wish that they made that kind of money last year domestically because other than Barbie and the Mario movie, a lot of films bombed, and it's a problem. It's an epidemic now. Movies need to be cheaper, not asylum cheaper, but movies 35 million, 50 million. 100 million at the most, maybe 150. You don't need to go more than that. Once you get to 200, it better be an Avengers movie, or I don't care, because the budget needs to be smaller. This is a prime example of it. I know things can't be the way they used to be because we don't have any Richard Donners anymore. Now we got Michael Bays that make movies 2.5 hours for no reason, or Nolan who thinks 3 hours is going to tell a great story. Yeah, you're telling a good story, but you're boring people to death. Or Scorsese, where every movie he does is long. Hollywood should start using practical effects in their movies because having too much CGI takes people out of films. Yes, and it makes it look unreal and like a cartoon. Because that last Fast and the Furious was a cartoon. It literally was a 2 hour and 5 minute cartoon. More worse than any cartoon last year. That was awesome. And critics didn't like this movie. The jokes are funny. The action is really good. Renee Russo is a bombshell. She's gorgeous in this movie and doesn't have to over sexualize herself. And the characters are fun. The villain is kind of, underused a little bit, but when he's on screen, he works. It's better. It's better than a villain that's completely lame, like the one in the Marvels or Guardians 3. Mm-hmm. Bad Boys 4, I do not want to see a CGI cartoon. Axel Foley, I don't want to see a CGI cartoon. Deadpool 3, it's a superhero movie, but you can do things with people on screen and not just. That was great. Newport, yeah, I remember those cigarettes. I never smoked though. That's awesome. Like a boss. Mel Gibson comes to the smoke like a boss, like he's Batman or something. That was great. Ah! Also, another Mel Gibson movie I would recommend is Bird on a Wire. Look it up. It's on streaming. You can watch it. It's really really fun. It was with him and with Goldie Hawn. He's not Spider-Man. Yep, there's the yep again. That's the Bruce Willis line from the first two Die Hard movies. Happy Valentine's Day, Electric Dino. Hey, what's up, man? You made it to the third act. Good to see you, man. I wish Milos can find me, but he's busy in college. Good to see you too, Hard. I'm happy to see you guys again. He busted his shoulder again. That was a really good stunt. You're gonna suck his eyes out through his nose. That was kind of a weak line, but again, it's weird. How could you do that unless you're Kirby? You saw his cigarette is crushed. It He ran out of biscuits. There's Leo. That was a great car chase. One of the most underrated ones of 2000 of 1992. Oh, his references are just great, man. Car 54, where are you again? I love that show. Joe Pesci's great. He's trying to sell a house. It's fun, man. The only thing they don't explain is why his hair is bleached blonde. Like in the second movie, it was, dark, and in the last movie, it's also dark. But here it's like blonde for some reason. I guess it was a joke. Maybe Joe Pesci wanted to look different for this movie. It's noticeable. It's like Thor's haircut in Ragnarok when he has that short haircut. And the movie's almost over. We're an hour and 41 minutes. We're in the third act now. This is a fun Valentine's Day, even though it could have been a little bit better if I was working, but I got March to do that. Hell yeah. It's the third act of the movie. You're gonna get to use a semi, use it in the third act. Oh, you sexy, sexy mama jamma. Ugh. Every time she's on screen, I'm like, unlike the hobo who I want to avoid, like the plague, Renee Russo is one of those, like, yes, please be on screen as long as you can. Mm. I hope you show at a Comic Con this year, Renee. I would love it. You're always welcome with the nerds. A lot of guys were into her in Thor and this movie and Thomas Crown Affair because you get to see more of her. I'm going to see that soon. Not this month, but like by March. I'm not an ageist. I'm not. I told people that age doesn't matter to me as long as you're a legal citizen and legal age. Just saying. Two. Yeah, she's like the Sarah Connor of this franchise. Because Pansy Kenton never she dies in the second one. This is really entertaining, man. I don't see the problems that the critics had. I'm sorry. I'm sorry this wasn't a dark and depressing movie like The Dark Knight Rises or something like that, which is fun, but it's too long. It's like an hour longer than this, and it doesn't need to be. It could have been 2 hours even. There's three characters that could have been thrown out entirely in the movie, but that's just me. Like Matthew Modine, you didn't need him in the movie. He could have been cut. Yep, that's gas. Let me bring this a little closer. See the screen. There we go. That's right. Shoot it. Woo! Yes, sir. Flames. Flame on. Because no matter who goes to Comic Con, I will be ready. I will be ready money wise and mental wise. Because I've been waiting so long for the next one. That's right. Burn, baby. Burn. And this stunt work is amazing. Again, Richard Donner deserves a lot of credit. Him and the stunt people. This is just like Guardians 3, where it is a good sequel. Like is it better than the first one? No, but it's still good. It's my favorite Lethal Weapon sequel. I like this more than 2 because Rene Russo actually does something in this movie. Fancy Kent is there to be the love interest and die. In an alternate ending, she lives. Yes, sir. That's right. Yep. Own it, Murtaugh. Stay there. Those are real flames, too. Wow. Very entertaining sequel. That was awesome. He set a guy on fire. Nope, he doesn't kill her. He doesn't kill her. This is not like Fancy Kensington. She had a bulletproof vest, yeah. Fight him back, Will. Fight him back. He's a Brit. Fight him back. Yes, that's right. Freedom! I'm sorry. I had to get that out of my chest because I still haven't seen that movie, but I will. I love that. I love that line. 2,000 cartridges? Was that say cartridges? Yeah, 2,000 cartridges. That was awesome. Axe right to the yes, sir. Yeah. I'm getting so pumped. I feel like I'm watching this movie for the first time. It's not. It's my second time. It's my favorite sequel. Just like Die Hard with a Vengeance. It hit. You can do practical, but there are some things you can't do practical. I know. Like I said, some monsters and things like that, because sometimes you hurt the actors or they'll die, even the animals. But you can mix both. Guardians did that well. The Avengers, Black Panther, mostly. Deadpool, the first one, and that didn't have a $200 million budget. This is great, man. We're almost done. If this was a theatrical cut, it would have been over already. That was awesome. Yep. Take that, Stuart Wilson. Yep. Better death than in the Ninja Turtles 3. Semi-automatic right to the chest. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Goodbye. But the thing is, you don't have to make it look like a CGI cartoon. With Fast and the Furious, they went too far. They went from driving, jumping off highways to flying through buildings and flying into space, and also cars smashing into walls, and they're fine. That's stupid. It's stupid. I'm not an idiot. You can't insult my intelligence anymore, Universal. You did a great job with Mario because it kept the budget low. You didn't make it $200 million, and it made $1 billion, and they wonder why Fast X didn't, because it was a cartoon. That's right. Show your love, Mel. He does show his tender side. That's why we like Riggs and Murtaugh, because they're human. They're not just action stars. They're human beings with feelings and emotions and tenderness. That's right. They're not in the streets anymore, but filmmakers can't put someone like Caitlyn in peril. They're not going to put her in peril, Josh. That's why they have stunt women. It's a good emotional scene. Oh, trust me, every guy in the '90s wanted to too. That's right. Kiss that woman. Kiss her. She has a beautiful face. Renee, you are yeah, she is a Venus de Milo of cinema, man. If I saw this at 7 years old, I would have hit puberty much earlier. At least he admitted it. See, he has emotion. That's what we need to see in Inside Out 2, or it's not going to work. Because the first movie was about emotions. And Danny Glover gets a nice bath. Don't worry. And gets the black guy gets the last scene, Josh. So that's a nice honor. That's in your honor. He can't. There's another movie to go, and maybe a fifth one. Who knows? They could pass the torch. I would like that, but don't do it in a disrespectful way like Star Wars, because people hated. They hated Force Awakens because you made the main actors from the original pointless. Don't do that. My dad's gonna retire one day, hopefully soon, in this year and by next year. The retirement is not the end; it's a new beginning. We love you, Danny Glover. Never change, man. Word, man. One of the best actors that we got, man. Because we lost Carl Weathers this year. I don't want to lose. There's Leo Getz, yeah. Oprah. These people that have so much chemistry, man. They don't feel like just actors doing a role. They feel like a family. Okay, okay. That cake looks really delicious. He's so good, man. He is such when he screams, it's like it's magic. Oh man, this is funny, man. He's loud, but he's funny. He's entertainingly loud. It's good to have that the black people end the movie, Josh, just like Miles did at the end of Across the Spider Verse. It's only fair, especially nowadays where every movie is diverse because you have to be. Yeah, Danny Glover's so good, man. And I didn't see him in this first. I first saw him in Angels in the Outfield when I was like 9. Yeah, yeah, it was like 8 or 9 years old. I was like 9 or 10. It depends when it came out on VHS. These two are great, man. You could never remake this. This is why the TV show, while it lasted a while, it didn't have the same chemistry with Damon Wayans and was it Sean William Scott and then some other guy? Yeah, that guy didn't even stay till the end of the series. I could take this hat off. This was fun, man. I had a great time. This was a very satisfying day, despite me. The ending's a little bit padded, just like the fourth movie, but that movie is too old. That movie's too long. It's mm, foreshadowing. Yeah, they give the black guy the last scene in the movie. Hmm. That was fun. That was really really fun. Shane Black. Yeah, the characters. Wait. Hold on. There's a scene at the end. Is that it? You saw the nurse was Richard Donner's, I think, daughter. I could stop it here. It's fine. The movie's over. So that was a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for joining me on this Valentine's Day. Very, very unusual day, but I'm glad I got to finally do this movie. I was waiting for the perfect opportunity. And this movie's fun. Watch it again. And if you could see the director's cut, I would advise it. It's under 2 hours. I clocked it. It's like 157, which is long, but compared to movies last year, it's like this is a short movie in comparison. It's not 2.5 hours or 3 hours long. It gets to the point real quick, and there's a lot of action in it. Very underrated. I don't think the critics know what they were talking about. These two, Joe Pesci, the action, the direction, and this woman make this movie for me. If you see my reaction, you know why. But thanks for watching this, guys. Acknowledge me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good Valentine's Day. That was